up, everybody? Today we're gonna start working on that front subframe, getting that old one out of there and putting that new in, like get everything rocking and rolling on our front end. Because we just got news that we got invited to a private drift day event on the 19th, so I gotta get my car ready so I can start driving that event. So excited about that because it's gonna be less people. That means more seat time and not a lot of time waiting in line, right? So the event should be cool on the 19th. Hopefully everything goes well with me putting the subframe back. We gotta do some things. But yeah, let's get started with it. I just backed up the car and moved it, but yeah, so I can have more space in the front. But here we go. Before we go, I'm gonna get my Monster out of here. So I had to have my Monsters nice and chilly, so if I'm not sipping on it all the way, I put them back in the refrigerator. You know, cheers to y'all. Let's have a great day. Sitting right here. This is a new one that's gonna go in the car. Gotta take the old one out. We do have an issue though we have to address. I hope it's not gonna be a problem. See, but right down there, I have my front tube chassis has these bars going to the subframe. Now, for a long time, I wanted to remove those anyway, just because if I got in the front end wreck, bye-bye my subframe, right? So I am happy those are gonna be gone today, but when I cut those off, I'm hoping there's enough support due to like the front being welded to the chassis and then also to here. So hopefully I have enough support that I won't have to utilize that. But then also I have to figure out and probably make a new splitter because it bolts to that support bar right down there if you can see it. So I got to make it a little longer or create some type of bracket that bolts to the chassis at the top and bolts to the splitter. So I might do that so I don't have to make another splitter, but we'll see. We'll get to it when we get to it. So before I take off the splitter, I had to jack up the car a little bit because I can't get to underneath the splitter screws. It's already hot. I think it's like, it's not even 12 yet and it's already like 90 degrees. I'm already sweating. And mind my hole in my back pants, okay? These are work on car pants, okay? Once I get a hole in it, boom. Oh, speaking of that, I just bought this new Club Loose shirt. So fresh. Look at, I don't know if you can see the back. Hold on, let's see. Can you see the back? It's a dope t-shirt. Club Loose, you did your thing. You made some dope t-shirts. However, I bought it, right? And I was playing with my dog in the backyard. They jumped on me and put a hole, I don't know if you can see it, right in that shirt. So now it's turned into work on a car shirt. So that sucks. I got to order another one, but it is what it is. Let me show you what bar I was talking about. It's mainly this one that connects to my subframe right here. I'm probably just gonna cut it off and then see how it goes. But this has a bracket right here. I'll show you. On this side that holds my splitter. So hopefully I could just make a bracket that bolts up to maybe like the chassis somewhere up here and just holds that splitter up. But yep. And there's the broken one right there. I'll show y'all in a little bit. I didn't tighten it all the way down. To put it on the trailer, I just put it together so we can put it on the trailer. But I'll show y'all in a little bit. But now she's up in the air. Man, it's a hot one. I gotta have a towel because if not, my bald head will be drenched with water. So I think I do eventually over time want to put like some big fans in here. I would love to get an AC little unit in here, but that'll come later down the line. But I also, I'm gonna show you this before we start getting into the car too. My ceiling is very high. So you already know a lift is going in this garage eventually. So I need to find me a vertical garage opener that can go on the side and lift the garage up and then reroute these rails and everything for the garage door to go up higher so we can get away with all this space right here and then utilize it. So, but that's one thing I do want to tackle, along with every other thing in this garage. First, a shed to the Z. So I did find out some other issues, right, that I'm running into. I know some people with the PBM is having this kit with the brake line is rubbing against the shock housing. So I'm gonna see if I can grind that down just a little bit so it can clears it. It's hitting it just a tad. It's doing it on the other side, but now it's bad this side just because on the other side I have a banjo, I think it's called banjo fitting, and this one I don't. So yeah, so I'm just gonna grind that down too. And then also notice it's rubbing it on some areas in here, so we're gonna hit it with a hammer and smooth all that out. And then this line is kind of, well, it's not that tight. If it hooks right here, it gets kind of tight. So I might just knock off this little hook right here so it doesn't never fall in there. Because when it does, let me show y'all, at full lock, it gets like very tight. See, look at that. Whoo, there's a no-go. But if it's not on that hook, then we good. So I might just hammer that down and knock that out of the way, so we don't have any issues like that. But before I get everything situated and start removing things under the suspension, I want to bolt up the strut bar. I gotta find some bolts because I know I have some laying around here somewhere. So let's see if I can find that up. So I can bolt this up, and then I'll have be able to reroute my straps around it so I can hold up the engine while I drop the subframe. Yeah, it looks kind of good with the strut bar. Should I leave it? I don't know. I mean, it helps a lot since I don't have a front sway bar either. So, but let's see. Strut bar mounted, secure. I do need I might have to buy some bolts. If I'm gonna keep this permanent, I gotta buy some bolts for that thing. I thought I had some. I must have thrown them away a long time ago. But it is bolted up and it should hold like really good. I mean, it's not going nowhere. So now I'm gonna run the straps around the engine so I can just have it already done. And by the time I'm done removing everything from the suspension, we should be good to go. All right, got it all strapped up. I don't know, it's a little sketchy. I don't know if it's gonna hold. We're gonna test it out, just, you know, unbolting everything a little bit, slowly by slowly, but it's looped around underneath twice. I mean, I wrapped it around on the strut bar and hooked both of the strap ends on the top, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it holds. If not, I'll see you in the next life. No, nah, I shouldn't play like that. All right, let's see what happens. Let me start taking off everything else, and now I can show you that tie rod offset rack spacer that broke on me. So this should be hand tight, just because I took everything off at the track and I just put everything back on hand tight. So I had to deal with it when I got home. This. This off. Show y'all what I'm talking about. Ow. Okay. So, if you can see how smooth it is right there, there's no tabs. The tabs sit into these slots right here, and now they broke off pretty much on here on both the ends. You can see that right there. And that's trash. And that's the weak link that I've always, every track day I break those. So luckily we moved our rack forward. Now we don't have that issue. We can move on to other issues that we may have. Another reason why I'm gonna be happy to remove this bar, it's because this bolt. Every time I take it out, look, hits it right there. I have to wiggle it up and out of the way like that. It's always a pain to get out. Or even get back in is even bad. So that's gone, this is removed. So that's good, let's move on to the other side. One down. Go to the other side. Both of those cut. It seems still sturdy. It's not even moving. So I think we should be good. Yeah, thank the Jesus. Got to tell y'all, I got ahead of myself. I actually had to charge my phone a little bit, but make sure you disconnect your power steering lines, and also the steering column adapter is like right there. Make sure that it's loose, and when it starts lowering, it can pop out. And then all you have is that bolt, this bolt, and also don't forget to undo your motor mounts right there. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then we should be okay to lower it down. Hopefully everything goes well. Okay, cross your fingers. I have a breaker bar, but sometimes this just works. Nothing goes right when you want it to. Ow! White meat showing. I have a high tolerance of pain, so it's alright. Slowly letting it down. Back up, let's go check other things. That side looks good. I mean, it's not on there anymore. Really? Just disconnected from there. No lines. Yeah, looks good. Let's keep going. Mind this, I hit my head. There we go. There's a difference between the two. Now I'm gonna put this one back up so I can move that strap, just, you know, have the engine back where it needs to be on the subframe, and then I'll take off the steering rack on this one and I'll put it on this one. But first you gotta take out these bushes in here so I can put these new solid ones in there. All right, got all the bolts hand tight right now. I'm about to tighten them all up. And then look how clean it looks though. Oh, so clean. All buttoned up. Well, not tight yet, but enough to remove the jack underneath. Got everything secured right here. Motor mount, they're secure. Ooh boy. God, I mean, look at the, look at the lineup is like. Oh, that's gonna be so good. It looks so good underneath there. What do y'all think? All right, so what I'm waiting for now is PBM to send me my new inner tie rods, and then the adapter for the steering column, because since it's moved forward, it needs to be extended like 35 millimeters. So I'm waiting for that to come in so I can button everything up together. I didn't film, but I took out these bushings in here. So they both sat in here, right here, and that's how we bolted it to the front subframe. So all I did is pretty much got a screwdriver and tapped them out, and then it just popped right out. And then I can put in those solid ones, those gold ones you can see standing right there. Put those solid ones in there, and I can bolt it. I would have to say this little strap method did work. It didn't seem like it was straining at all. If you don't want to go this option, there's two other ways I would suggest. If you have an engine hoist, which I lent my one out to my friend, so that's why I couldn't use that. Or you can just chain it up, lift it up with the engine hoist, and just have it, you know, holding it up while you do everything. Or they sell like an engine, I think it's like a bar where it kind of like goes across the whole thing, and like one arm like sits right here on the frame, and on the other side, then you wrap a chain around the engine and it holds it up that way. I think you can get that for like at Harbor Freight for like 80 bucks. So those are the other two options you can do, or you can just do something like this and it works and it was free. So so I just wanted to put that in there. So it did work and it did its job and nothing really major happened. So kudos to that. Want to give a huge shout out to Tommy and the Part Shop Max crew over there. To finish my rack, I needed my new tie rods, the extender for the steering rack to extend it 35 mil, and then also this plate, which I don't think I'm gonna need because I don't think mine has this, but I got it just in case if I ever get a new rack. Thanks to y'all, because I was ordered the parts and they weren't gonna be here until like on Monday, but I have something coming for y'all on Sunday that I'm gonna be doing. Well, my son right there, look, he likes to clown around. But anyway, I had something coming from y'all, and they wasn't gonna get here in time. So I reached out to them, and they reached out back to me, and they said, hey, no, we got you. So what we're gonna do is bring back the other package that was sent out, and then they're gonna ship me up a whole new package, overnight it to me, so I can get here in time, so I can finish everything and be able to hit what's coming on Sunday, right? So thank y'all so much. I'm gonna put the link in the description if you want anything from Part Shop Max. Great company, cool dudes over there. They know what's up. They get it. So if you have a deadline or anything, just hit them up, let them know. We'll get you right. So thank y'all so much. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Thank you for watching our show.
Thank you for watching our show. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, we're back. All right, before we start installing the steering rack, I got to install this little bad boy right here. What this does, when you move your rack forward, it moves about 35 to 36 millimeters forward. This extends your steering rack 35 to 36 millimeter too. So what I gotta do is go in here and take off the little joint and put this on the steering rack. And then I'll put the steering rack joint right here that connects to the steering rack. So there we go. Let's do that and knock that out. Let's see how it goes. All right, so this is a 12 mil nut up here, done screw. My header clearance, so we're good there, but everything, damn, looks good. Back right there. Now to put back, install this one on there, and then we can install the rack. But first I gotta bolt all this down completely and tighten them. This will stay here, and this goes inside the rack. But yeah, I'm gonna bolt these down after I put in back the joint back up in here. Hey, you can't see nothing. There it is, back up in there. So, bam, okay. That's installed in there nice and tight with the adapter. Now what I'm gonna do is bolt down this bracket, and then we're gonna slide the rack in, so. All right, we're back. I swapped the steering rack extender. I don't even know what you call it. Maybe it's called steering rack extender. Was the thing that pushes the rack steering column 35 mils forward. So I had to put it on the rack itself instead of on the column, just because it was hitting my headers. Now I don't know if that's due to me having an LS swap and the headers are different than OEM 350Z headers, so it might work for you, it might not. So just give it a test before you fully bolt everything up. But we got this bolted up, my power steering line's bolted back on. Now I just gotta put these clips back on over this side. So let's go ahead and do that. Wait a second. Boom. Finally done. Got them bolted in. Everything's secure. To install the first tie rod. Get my orange Permatech right here. This bitch does not want to do it. Okay. Where is my ramp? Look how perfect that lines up already. Everything is pretty much wrapped up on the install. I just got to go and I did like an eyeball alignment just to, to get it to where it needs to be. And then once it's put on ground, I put my toe plates and stuff on. But just look at that alignment though. Boy, look at that. So sexy. I mean, I should have done this a long time ago. Now, I am running my headers a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can grind down some of the nut on one of the screws. It's barely touching it. Like I can feel it touching it. I wonder if I put it on the ground if it's gonna go away. But I'm gonna grind some down just in case. But now I just gotta pretty much tidy everything up, tighten everything, and then get it on the ground. Get it ready for today. Or not today, but tomorrow. You can tell like right here, what I did was loosen up pretty much every single point, like this point, that one, and just kind of like tapped it down a little bit because I had some room, some length that I can drop it lower or raise it up. So I dropped it lower and now it clears. It doesn't even hit anymore. So we're good there. But yeah. There's the kit, y'all. New tie rods. All right, now to put everything down and put it on the ground. All right, got the wheels mounted, got my splitter back on. Had to make a little bracket for it to hold up the rear a little bit. Got this one on. I got to see what it looks like at full lock when I put it on the ground, but right now it hits my fender, but that's probably because it's due to the droop. See, like right there. See, look. There you go. Ooh-wee. So everything is back together. I haven't mounted my bumper fully, but we'll do that tomorrow morning before we head out to the event. But we're gonna put it to the test tomorrow, guys. So stay tuned. Watch the next video after this one. I'm probably gonna post it next week though. But everything is good. Swapped out the rack. Did a little eyeball alignment. Looks pretty decent. It'll get me through for tomorrow, and then we'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything goes good. Cross your fingers. I know I'm always getting jinxed at events lately, but we should be good. So we should have a good day. Both the Z's will be out there. Hopefully everything goes smooth and we don't run into no issues. And we get bumped up some because we're gonna be running the big track tomorrow. So not gonna be in C group, we're gonna be in the big track just because it's like a small private day, which is good because each time I'm at C group I can't advance like I want to because the car keeps breaking. So it'd be good to get on the big track and see how that goes. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Thank y'all. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that jazz. Till next time.